Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone who is watching, this video. I greet you all. I hope everyone is doing fine. I'm okay. I would say I'm fair. Like not the best, but I'll get there. So today's topic is gonna be about the business. So I happen to work so hard, and as everyone else, you wanna build up something that might help you. Since I had kids, I was the type of person who wanted to all the time invest, because I didn't know how long it would last for me to be working in Dubai. So I decided to start up something for not only my kids, because if I say my kids, I'll be like maybe I'll be like selfish, but I did it for everyone. How did I do it with everyone? I had to put my brother Fred Collins to be responsible for this business, and after I put him to be responsible, this is what happened. So I sat down. The idea of starting the business was all started by me. I was sitting down, I thought through it. I was like, what kind of business can we do actually that can actually support me? And the business that came into my mind was a space business. Since I had a brother who was a mechanic then, and I would sit down with him, we would have conversation of how this space business can bring so many profits. And looking at people who were doing it, and him actually doing it, he was doing this to support his family, and he was getting good money out of it. So after having this conversation with him, I saw it like fit to actually start this space business. So I go down on paper, I make the plan, I write down how much it will cost, how we will get the products, and how much it's gonna be, how much it's gonna cost for the whole process of buying the spare parts and selling it out. So after I made all the budget, I saw that I was like, I could afford it. I could save this money and make sure that I start up this business. So the only person that came into my mind was my brother Fred. At the time, we were like having, we were in good terms. We were like talking nicely. I sold him the idea, and he was like, you know what? It sounds like a good idea. It would also help me support myself. It will help us, support things here, so you don't actually have to strain yourself to like cater for yourself and cater for family here. So we decided that I should actually start this business. So I went ahead, I requested him to go and ask, because he never had like so much knowledge about this space. So I asked him to go to certain shops in town to talk to them, how it is, how the business works, how you get customers, how you sell off these spare parts to the people, which he actually did. He went to, there was a guy that was from a childhood friend that he went and talked to, and this guy gave him like some knowledge about how spare business operates and works. And he was being given knowledge, I think, for like 2 weeks. So in these 2 weeks, he managed to get like good information about how the business can be operated. He was not the only person. He had to go to like some other people. But yeah, he got some knowledge about how this space business was gonna work. So I saved the money. We were planning in the beginning to purchase spare parts from some people who were actually purchasing them from China. And along the way, he got like different suggestions from other people how they can actually go to China themselves and ship the spare parts here at a very cheap price, and you will have to sell them here highly, which will also be good profit in your pocket. So he told me about the idea, and I was like, sounds great actually. If it's gonna be cheaper that way, then why not? We should try it. So I went down, I collected the money. It took me some time. It was not just in 1 month time that I got the money. It took me some time to collect this money. I got the money, I got him prepared, and we decided to go and make a shipment from China. So I prayed over it. I gave him the money. I paid for his tickets from Uganda to China and China back, and I gave him money to actually purchase spare parts. So the trip was planned nicely, dates were set, tickets were bought, and there was the time for him now to travel to China. So he traveled on his flight. He had a stopover in Dubai. He came to Dubai. We were like talking over things. We were talking about his trip, how it's gonna be, what he's gonna purchase and all that. So he went well informed about each and everything, you know, what to buy, where to buy it, and whom to meet there. There was a guy that we got along the way who actually met him and took him to the markets where he eventually bought these goodies. So when he arrived China, thank God he traveled nicely. His stopover was in Dubai, and then he headed to China. Trip was successful, and he reached there. He bought what he was supposed to buy. I invested a lot of money for the purchase. The purchase was quite expensive. So he went to China. He purchased the products, and off he was back to Uganda. So things were shipped successfully. They left China. They arrived in Uganda safely, safe and sound, and we paid for the revenue charges and warehouse expenses, and all was settled until we had to open a shop actually in Chiseka Market. Those of the people who are here watching and they live in Uganda, they know where Chiseka Market is. This is where the shop was. So I paid for the shop. I paid for the expenses from revenue, and everything was set. Merchandise reached the shop, and everything was moving smoothly. Little did I know that my brother was already starting to change. After I think he started seeing money coming in. Why I say this? He would make abrupt decisions without my concern, you know. The first time he did it, I gave him an excuse, and I said, I will excuse you because it's the first time you're doing it. And we talked about it, and I told him, first of all, the business is still in its baby stages. You cannot just get money out of it just because you got money and you think you have important things that you can do to go and purchase. It's not safe for the business. If you continue doing things like this, then the business is gonna evaporate and die. So we talked through it. He seemed understanding. He said, Jane, he said, sorry, I will not do that kind of thing again. Before I knew it, the second instance happened. He did it again. And this time around, he never mentioned it. I only happened to know about it later. So when I came back, I immediately started having suspicious feelings about this business. So he continued working, no one told me anything. he was like all the time telling me that, you know what, Jane, sometimes I cannot really afford to pay for the rent and stuff. I said, come on. Because in the beginning I had already promised him that I'll support you for the first year, and after that then you will have to support the business, have to stand on its own, because if a business cannot really hold its expenses, then there's no business you're doing. This was my agenda. Little did I know that most probably he was milking money out of this business, doing certain things, without your consent. You only get to know about them later. And this most probably could not let the business last, and eventually it had to die. So here is the thing. I don't really know exactly whether the business was sold off or business just disappeared, or what went in between there, because there was a time when he was like totally silent about the business. So we continued. COVID came. When COVID came, I could not travel, so which meant I had no information about how the business was running, because I could not travel and I could not trust the information he was giving me, because I started having a suspicious feeling about how the business is being run and how much money is coming out of it. So after COVID, because when COVID came, he started suggesting to me that, you know what, Jane, I think it's high time we leave the shop and we start doing mobile services. So we only attend to the people who call in and want support. This is the only way we can manage. So we cut down the expenses of shops. And anyways, shops were closed that time, but rent was ongoing, because they were telling people it doesn't matter, even though the shop is closed, it's not working, you're still occupying the space, so you have to pay. So we paid until we could not pay anymore, and he suggested that we take the things out, which we did. So after the things were taken out, this is where everything was messed up. No transparency whatsoever, no communication at all. The business just got dismantled just like that. And from the look of things, I think he might have sold off all the spare parts that were left, and he continued. He was telling me that he was doing mobile services, but this I cannot really trust, because I never saw it with my own naked eyes. And to make matters worse, when you could ask him, he could not give you a straight answer. And until now, ever since I came back, nothing has been talked about this business. Okay, I want you to come and tell me that, Jane, the business went like this. This is the things that remained, because we still had stock to be sold out. He had sold. We brought I think 300 pieces of car lights, because we're dealing in car lights. So I think out of these 300 pieces, you cannot tell me everything is gone, But I am not sure how the business still stands. But considering what I see now that I'm here, the business was gone. And still, again, no parent has asked about anything. But when we started this business, everyone was requesting, can you get at least your brothers something so they can work and make some money. And now you decide to make something that can help not only me but them also. And someone just decides to go silent on you. No one condemns the bad behaviors that are going on. Things are just evaporating, from each corner. No one really says a thing about it. Everyone knew about this business. Everyone knew that how I spent money to take my brother to go to China and back for business, and now I get treated like this. He is in hiding, and I'm trying to find ways of getting him to speak, but considering the environment, he doesn't have money. I think he burnt everything. He doesn't even want to talk. So That's why I put out a post. I wanna, whoever can help me to sketch for him and look for him, I would really appreciate, because I really need answers. You cannot just let go of 50 millions just like that, 50 millions just like that. And this is only with the business. And with that money, I am not even counting the bills. This is only the capital. So I want him to come out and give me answers on how my business was dismantled, and what remained, and tell me how it all reached to that point without him saying a thing. So whoever is right there and he can help me in tracing him, I'll be very glad. I'll be waiting for that reply, because I really need to get him to give me the answers, But funny enough, parents are all the time like giving a protecting hand. Parents are all the time, telling you that, oh, Jen, take things slow. There was even one time when my mom actually told me, Jen, don't focus on anything. Now the focus should be on the kids, Focus on the kids now for the meantime. And then I was asking her, how can I even focus on the kids when something that has to, care for those kids is already like in a standstill mode? Because I was sick. I was basically on a standstill. My life could not, go on. I was down in bed. I could not do anything. And someone tells you a statement like that. How are kids being taken care of? How can they be taken care of when I am the person who was caring for them is already down, And what is so sad is that I'm wondering, what is that reason that is actually making them put this guy in like a protective mood? What is that? Maybe someone who is watching this video, please let me know down in the comment section what you think could be the reason as to why they offer him protection. Could it be that he paid them some money to stick by him? Could it be that he fed them something? Please, I'm requesting everyone watching this video to please share comments about this, like what could be the reason they protecting him. Maybe you make me understand, because I don't seem to understand. And this is how he managed to actually burn out a business of this amount of money. So literally, my brother Fred Collins has burnt out everything that I have given him. Anything that he gets his hand on, he just burns it. And this is how he managed to burn the business also. Business did not last long, because whatever money he was getting, he was going to spend it like it's his own money, even after I addressed him and I talked to him about not spending money just like that. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for subscribing to my channel. I'll be waiting for those comments. I'm really glad, and I'm really happily waiting for them to see what you think from your side, because I don't really understand what really went down. But please send those comments. I want to read through and maybe see what your suggestions are. Thank you so much for watching. Catch you in the next video. Have a blessed day.